because you're not getting ahead of life that everybody racist, or you so caught up in this whole racial thing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so
that's you justifying you not getting to where you need to be.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you this, because this is something that I've questioned and asked myself. So I'm gonna ask you guys: have you thought about it from the perspective of, you know what, man? Maybe it's more classism than racism, because most of the things that I experienced, right, when it came to these things was when I ain't had no money, right? Like being in the hood, because we know, first off, hoods are over policed, right? So when I didn't have money or lived in the neighborhoods that I live in now, that's when I really experienced everything. So do we think it can be equated to your class more than race? Let's speak on it, man, because I think that's something that we really don't talk about when it comes to this situation.
Ken, I'll kick it to you. It'd be good to hear your perspective first.
All right. So yeah, I think that's a fair point, in that I think you're right in the sense that we maybe underestimate the impact of classism and overestimate the impact of racism. I'm not going to say racism doesn't play any factor in it, because it does, and rightfully so. And I feel like we need to, because we're so in the center of it, we need to like take a step back and like look at the word racism and just look at it like in the sense of anybody from any culture is going to favor people from their own culture naturally. Humans are meant to favor people from your own group. That's how we survive. Groups, we're meant to be in groups like that. However, once different groups start interacting with each other, and we get into this diverse America, people put those differences aside because they recognize that we can achieve a common goal, which is money and survival and a better life here. And so it doesn't play as big of a role as I think people, let it play. I think more so it's who is somebody that's going to help me gain money. I'm going to try my best to benefit them. And right now, I feel like our people might be in a situation where we're not a benefit. We're not economically benefiting somebody, or benefiting them in the wrong way. It doesn't benefit them financially to empower us. I think maybe that's how we need to be looking at it, instead of, oh, they trying to throw us down. Man, they don't care enough to throw us down. I mean, if they get paid to throw us down, they will. But if they get paid to pick us up, I'm sure they will. We got to make it make sense. We got to pay ourselves to pick ourselves up.
Great point.
Yeah.
Great point. I like that. I mean, because that's something that I feel like we don't take accountability and we don't look at. You know what I'm saying? Is ourselves, right? So a lot of things we like to do is deflect. We like to look at the situation around us and say, oh, I'm not getting this because of X, Y, and Z, right? Because the white man not letting me get this, or, oh, there's not enough of this to go around, instead of saying, okay, what can I do? How can we build in our communities to get to that next level? You know what I'm saying? Like, at some point, you got to stop playing the blame game and start looking inside yourself. So we know, okay, whether racism happens or not all the time, I mean, yeah, it does, but we can't sit here and act like 75% of white people are racist, right? Like, because if that was the case, like, everybody we work with pretty much is racist. Everybody we around, and just to be honest, like, that's not my story. That's not my truth. I would probably say maybe 10% of the people I ever come in contact with over my life, I could question if they were, racist, not 80 or 90. So, you know what I'm saying? Now, once again, we go to systematic. That's totally different. Now, and even when you start thinking about things systematically, right? Like, is it really racist? I just see it as looking out for your people. So we don't come together and say, hey, let's change, we need some of these laws changed, instead of getting caught up in some shiny objects, then we kind of bring it upon ourselves, right? It's a question for anybody. Join me, jump in here.